What is this Shanghai spirit and how it could be promoted?
It is based on mutual trust, mutual understanding, mutual interest, and mutual development for mutual benefit.
How optimistic you are that this SCO will survive and would continue to grow in the days to come?
No question of SCO not surviving.
No question.
Yeah, and actually SCO is the strongest as it was ever before.
What priorities Pakistan have given to SCO that Pakistan need cooperation under SCO platform?
Pakistan has benefited enormously from SCO.
New world order, that is a very, very important punchline in the speech of Chinese President Xi. Current world order is in front of you. The way this current world order is not responsive to some of the conflicts. What do you think? Will other countries and nations will pay attention to this concept, new world order, where justice, equality, and other things may dominate?
Certainly, it does not suit the Western countries to have a new world order, because the current world order is an order developed by the victors of the World War II.
True.
And it gives advantage to them.
How a country can talk about counter-terrorism whose on record is promoting terrorism? India.
Yes, world has realized that India has basically weaponized terrorism.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to Program Insight in V News English. On diplomatic front, an important activity is taking place in Tianjin, that is Shanghai Cooperation Organization 25th Head of State Summit. China is hosting this, being attended by SCO member countries' leaders, heads of states, prime ministers, including Russian President, Indian Prime Minister, Pakistani Prime Minister, Iranian President, and of course, the host president of China, Xi Jinping, is also there. There are a number of other leaders, including Belarus President and Azerbaijan's President and other Central Asian states. Most important thing is the declaration that has been adopted. And that has identified 5 areas, Shanghai spirit, and then it also spoke about security cooperation. It's also talked about development and justice system. In addition to this, some of the most important speeches that has been delivered, we will also, in today's conversation, we will also try to analyze that, is this possible, including Russian President's hint that the member countries of SCO should do trade in their local currency, and President Xi called for a new world order, a new global order, and Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif called for dialogue to resolve conflicts. To discuss this all, we are fortunate to have with us Ambassador retired Mr. Babar Amin. Mr. Babar Amin served on senior most position. He served as Pakistan's High Commissioner to Australia, Pakistan's Ambassador to Norway, and at Ministry of Foreign Affairs, he was Pakistan's National Coordinator on Shanghai Cooperation Organization, having an in-depth knowledge about SCO, its frameworks, and all related things. Very warm welcome to Program Insight in V News English. So, in the declaration, the top point is Shanghai spirit. Would you explain for our viewers what is this Shanghai spirit and how it could be promoted?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, thank you very much for having me on your program. Yes, Shanghai spirit is actually, like a spirit in the body of the Shanghai's Corporation.
That moves this body.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like the living beings have a spirit in them that keeps them alive and kicking. Similarly, the Shanghai spirit is also the spirit in the SCO. Basically, it is based on mutual trust, mutual understanding, mutual interest, and mutual development for mutual benefit,
True.
as well as a good neighborliness between the member states. So this spirit was the founding theme of the SCO when it was formed. And as you know that before SCO, there was an organization by the name of Shanghai 5.
Shanghai 5. Initially, it was Shanghai 5.
Initially, it was Shanghai 5. And immediately, or rather a few years after the breakup of Soviet Union, there was a lot of concern, not only in Russian Federation, but also within the Central Asian countries as well as China, that, since some of the borders were unsettled, and also there were a number of secessionist movements that had started in the newly formed republics,
Central Asian Republics.
in Central Asian republics as well as in Russian Republic. Also, there were some secessionist movements, and they were also taking a form of terrorism and extremism. And we saw, very big terrorist incidences, in which hundreds of people were killed in different countries of the region. So this Shanghai 5 organization was formed to manage the border and security issues between 5 countries, China, Russia, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. And then subsequently, in 2001, the members decided that, it should
Be
become
further expanded.
a broader organization with having a more broader scope than the narrow scope of managing the border affairs and security affairs in a narrow perspective. So Uzbekistan was not a member of Shanghai 5. So Uzbekistan was also invited as an important country of the region.
True.
And then a new organization by the name of Shanghai Cooperation Organization was formed. Now, this new organization had 2 major planks. One was the security, for which our regional anti-terror structure, RATS, was formed.
Established.
And it was established in Tashkent, Uzbekistan. And in Beijing, the secretariat of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization was set up. And then the RATS was basically dealing with only the non-traditional security threats. And the secretariat was dealing with developmental, cultural, socio-economic issues. So there was a clear demarcation of work between the two
areas,
2 organizations of the 2 sub-organizations of this, or rather 2 organs of SCO. And then this was a lot of misunderstanding about these organizations to begin with. And also some of it was deliberately made as a propaganda, that maybe it is
those who were opposed to it.
Yeah.
Exactly, by those who were opposed to it.
Those who were opposed to it, especially from the Western Bloc. And they try to portray it as a neo-Warsaw Pact, an alternate to NATO and all that, But actually, SCO is not a military alliance.
We can say it's an economic bloc?
No, let me clarify. It is not a military bloc. That is, by that I mean that if any member of SCO is attacked by a non-member, SCO will not fight.
It's very clear.
Yeah. Will not come to fight on behalf of that. If some country, due to their bilateral relation, might engage in it, but SCO as a bloc will not defend.
There is no such provision.
There is no such provision because that is why it is not a military alliance. And the security, when we talk in terms of SCO, it's only the non-traditional security threats, which means that terrorism,
which is a common enemy. Exactly.
Secessionism, extremism, then transnational organized crime, drug trafficking, psychotropic substances and narcotics. Then human trafficking. Then natural disasters and calamities.
True.
Like earthquakes, floods. These are all categorized as non-traditional security threats. So SCO is primarily, when you talk about security in the context of SCO, it is not in terms of a military alliance, but a non-traditional security threat.
So important thing is, and you might have also read dispatches, and you must have seen on television screen the speeches made by different leaders. And slightly you have said that the Western Bloc didn't like this idea of SCO. And then I will ask several other questions later on, but immediately this, keeping in view the immense challenges at the global level, do you think SCO has a bright future to survive? Keeping in view again the statements made by Trump, several world leaders, and at a time, once upon a time, of course, China is investing a lot in Pakistan. India has been opposing to these all things, but primarily keeping in view the prevailing challenges, how optimistic you are that this SCO will survive and would continue to grow in the days to come?
Actually, I'd say that there's no question of SCO not surviving.
No question.
Yeah. Actually, SCO is the strongest as it was ever before. It is much stronger. And it will grow even stronger as the time passes. So let me explain that. Initially, SCO started with 6 members. So the founding members, they had a view that they must consolidate and then build SCO culture and in accordance with Shanghai spirit, and they did not make any haste in increasing membership. So that is why sometimes people
they
say...
kept application for a number of years, consideration, and then gave to the new applicants.
So that's why sometimes many people say that, look here, BRICS came here in very
short time.
Very late, and it's such a short time.
It got so many members.
So many members, and they are doing so much activities and all that. But first of all, SCO is not in competition with BRICS. Because primarily, the main...
Although theme is same, economic cooperation and development.
Yeah, theme is same, but the culture of the organizations is different. But at the same time, the two main forces, main countries forming BRICS were also the founding spirit behind SCO. So that is China and Russia. And then in this similar manner now, from 6 members, after many years, SCO was founded in 2001, and in 2017, Pakistan and India were simultaneously admitted for membership for the first time. It was the first expansion. And then subsequently, Iran and then Belarus were also admitted. So now it is a 10-member organization. But another thing that most people may not be knowing is that besides the members, there are a lot many dialogue partners.
Of SCO. What does this dialogue partner mean?
And also observers. So first step after the member is an observer, and then is a dialogue partner.
Pakistan was earlier an observer.
Pakistan was earlier an observer. And at that time, there was no category of dialogue partners. But since there was a lot of interest of different countries to be associated with SCO, so therefore, new category of dialogue partners was introduced.
Created.
And because, like I said, SCO has a graduated approach towards expansion. They would like to see and let the SCO culture sink in the observers and dialogue partners before they could be admitted to the organization. And so there are, now, more than, I think, 10 or 12 dialogue partners of SCO. And most of the dialogue partners have applied for observer status as well.
Okay, so that's right. And in the days to come, these dialogue partners could be made full members as well?
Yeah, they would be made eventually. This is what they are. Whosoever would express interest. A number of dialogue partners have also already expressed interest to become observers as well as members. So their interest is under consideration, and eventually those would be admitted.
So specifically, since most of our viewers would like to know that how Pakistan can immensely benefit from these all areas that you have mentioned, justice and then Shanghai spirit, and you talked about culture, tourism, connectivity, health, education. Pakistan is a underdeveloped country, and it is Pakistan is fortunate to be member of this prestigious organization, which every year is growing and getting strength. So, and you have been national coordinator. So, what priorities Pakistan have given to SCO that Pakistan need cooperation under SCO platform?
Yeah, well, yes, I would say Pakistan has benefited enormously from SCO, and more so in the political sphere. Because when Pakistan became a member, at that time we did not enjoy. We had good relations with Russian Federation, but still there were certain reservations and sensitivities and concerns on both sides. Similarly, the Central Asian countries, they also had certain concerns because there were a lot of secessionist movements at one time going on over there, which were also involved in acts of terrorism.
True.
And due to the unsettled condition of Afghanistan, some of these organizations and their groups kept moving between Afghanistan and tribal area of Pakistan. And that created a lot of concerns and misgivings in the Central Asian republics. And then there was a lot of propaganda against Pakistan, which was done, unfortunately, both by the Western countries, although we were their closest and strongest allies in the fight against terrorism, but it's still, they would keep asking us do more, and this was their common phrase for Pakistan. And at the same time, to put more pressure on to them, because they would like to us to get engaged in certain kinetic actions, which we did not
immediately
right to engage in kinetic action beyond our borders.
True.
Going into Afghanistan and fighting alongside
due to adverse reaction.
Yeah. So because of that, to put more pressure on them, on us, they made a lot of propaganda against Pakistan, that Pakistan is also a safe haven
for
terrorism and terrorists and all that. So at the same time, our eastern neighbor also made a lot of propaganda against us, and they were, also continuously meeting interlocutors in the countries. And so to cut it short, we had a really problematic relation with some of the Central Asian countries due to this, particularly on this terrorism concern and secessionism issue. And now, after we became members of SCO, we are engaged with them on multiple aspects, not only on security, but also on socio-economic issues, and and almost in a week every week there are 4 or 5 SCO meetings going on
in different countries,
member countries. And because of that, we have a very close interaction with all the SCO member states, and due to that, the confidence of the member countries, Russian Federation, as well as the Central Asian republics, has been strengthened, and our relations have significantly improved. Now we are also having more trade relations with Central Asian countries and even with Russian Federation. There was some time when some of our adversaries could have a veto on cooperation between Pakistan and Russian Federation. It is no longer the situation now. Now Russian Federation looks at relations with Pakistan independent of our neighbors.
So, since among many things that you have mentioned, peace and peaceful neighborhood, if there will be peaceful neighborhood, there will be development, and then poverty could be alleviated. And as you mentioned about on socioeconomic matters, Pakistan is closely connected. What went wrong with India since India and Pakistan simultaneously got membership? And instead of addressing issues through a laid-down mechanism, there is a bilateral mechanism also between India and Pakistan on counter-terrorism. And when this Pahalgam incident occurred, Pakistan offered sincerely that Pakistan can, of course, help India in investigating that particular incident. But subsequently, you have witnessed what India did with Pakistan, attacking without any provocation civilians, targeting civilian areas. Then that led to a wider, although day-long war. So, but these all things, whatever Indian gestures, actions, promoting militancy and terrorism through proxies, attacking Pakistan, most of the time provocation at line of control, these all things are violation of Shanghai spirit. And this is what India is doing.
Actually, in my opinion, India was not serious ab initio in its membership its membership of SCO. Why I say that?
You mean if I correct that India was not serious in getting the membership?
Yeah,
and that's right.
So, but at the same time, when Pakistan, because Pakistan was the first country to show interest, besides Mongolia was a neighboring country of the region,
True.
the original region of SCO. So it became the first member, observer state.
Observer state.
Yeah. But after that, Pakistan was the first country to express interest to become a member.
And applied it.
And applied it. But they said, okay, you can, first you become an observer. But the issue is that, when India learned that Pakistan is becoming a member, so they
became active.
They became active, and they also, because they did not want an organization where Pakistan becomes a member
and India is out.
Because of their own conduct in other organizations.
True.
Because in any organization where India became member before Pakistan, they have blocked Pakistan's membership. Like even in the case of BRICS.
True.
And other organizations such as Indian Ocean Rim Organization and many other organizations. So they said that, if Pakistan becomes a member, then they will block us. So at that time, they were very close to Russian Federation. They still have close ties, but at that time, they were such close allies that they could veto Russia's cooperation with Pakistan. And if you'd be interested, I can even quote incidences.
It was possible at that time.
Yeah, because there are incidences which are in my knowledge when India vetoed certain of Pakistan's cooperation
with
Russia. So they told Russia, look here, this is Pakistan is becoming, we also want to become members. So for some time there was,
silence.
When Russia was supporting Indian candidacy, China was supporting Pakistani candidacy. So it was decided that both will be admitted as and when simultaneously. And then the SCO decided that there should be some cooling time, because we cannot just admit them like that, and they will bring in their own disputes and fights within SCO. So let them first see the SCO culture of the organization and make them observers. So that is how it became. But
despite that, India did not learn anything.
so they didn't learn actually because their interest was not there. They were just wanting to be in an organization.
Just to block Pakistan.
Yeah, just to block Pakistan. And basically, they by the time after some years, their focus also shifted from NAM or non-aligned movement or from the Eastern Bloc to the Western Bloc.
True.
So they had become more interested in the Western Bloc, but they want to have a foot in the door so that they can get into this organization also.
True.
To safeguard not only their own interests but also interests of their Western allies. So what I'll tell you what that since Pakistan became observer,
exactly,
almost 90% of the heads of state as well as heads of government meetings of SCO were attended by Pakistan at the highest level. Either our Prime Minister would go or our President would go. But most of the summits were attended by India at the ministerial level, and that too not even at the level of foreign minister, but sometimes they would send the energy or petroleum minister, just giving a signal that we are only interested in this organization for the energy purpose. So this is how it is. And then after India became member still, it did not quickly get into the organization's main spirit. And basically, they have been creating a lot of problems, breaking consensus, and there are a lot of things that during the first year we had to counter because India was breaking the consensus, and SCO is basically a consensus-based organization, and all decisions have to be made by consensus. So, and they are still knowing that a very recent instance where India. After this, SCO issued a statement on Israeli aggression against Palestine. India distanced itself from that statement.
Although the Palestine enjoys close relations with India too, but this is quite unfortunate that India distanced itself from.
And then second, then when SCO issued a statement about Israeli aggression against Iran, India distanced itself from that statement. But interestingly, later on, subsequently, when SCO issued a statement against the collective aggression of United States of America and Israel against Iran, India did not block that consensus. And now even...
it was because of the American mention in that, because currently they are not enjoying good ties. Okay, coming to... we have a number of other issues to discuss, but economic and trade cooperation is the key thing. And every organization that emerges, including BRICS, including many other organizations, economy and trade remains top priority because countries are facing economic challenges. They wanted to earn through more trade ties. So you have worked closely. How much is the total trade potential within now this expanded SCO? It could touch how many billion dollars?
This is frankly a weak area of SCO, I must admit, because.
This trade and economy.
Because actually Pakistan Institute of Development Economics has made a whole study on this and released a paper last year.
That how this economic cooperation and trade could be promoted?
Yeah, could be promoted and what are the pitfalls. And according to some of the statistics, only 15% of the SCO trade is intra-organization.
15% trade.
15. And rest is to the outside world.
Traditionally and bilaterally, it could be done. So within the SCO framework, it is only 15%.
All bilaterally, there's no, as such, there is no SCO trade regime or a free trade agreement at this moment. They are working on that, but still there is no SCO free trade agreement or even an early harvest agreement between the member states. There is a protected negotiation going on that. But what I'm talking about is that bilateral trade that these countries
It's a different track, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a different track.
It's a different track, but still, even bilaterally, they have a very low trade amongst each other. And that is because, I think, primarily because there's a huge difference between the economic potential of the member countries, as well as, some of the countries are basically competitors of each other, like Central Asian countries and also Pakistan and India. There are many common commodities that we would like to export to each other, and because basically since these countries are exporters of primary goods and not so much of high technology goods. And then China is the biggest and most economically powerful country within SCO. So it has enormous trade potential, and members would not like to have a blanket free trade agreement with China because of their fear that, their markets would be flooded with Chinese goods. It's not that they are not already there; they are already there as well, because they are, economically strong, as well as they have a market competitive advantage, and that is why even United States and India, who have political disputes with China. Even their biggest trading partner is China. So there's no avoiding China.
Okay.
But at the same time, there's a slow progress on trade liberalization.
True.
The free trade agreement between the countries, or even any early harvest agreement. But I must say that during this Chinese presidency, China has worked on it, and basically China has also set up certain free trade zones within China to promote the exports of SCO countries. Especially now, e-commerce is the new buzzword in China.
Buzzword, true.
And Chinese are helping SCO member countries to come into e-commerce. And they have made centers within China
portals,
where SCO member countries can put in their goods.
Products,
they can
put goods on display. Exactly.
Not only display, but also they can open a virtual shop on those platforms,
so that the other interested buyers could buy. So another important thing is new world order. That is a very, very important punchline in the speech of Chinese President Xi. Current world order is in front of you. The way this current world order is not responsive to some of the conflicts. Things are in front of you. The way Iran was attacked, the way Israeli aggression is continuing, Ukrainian conflict is continuing. So what do you think? Will other countries and nations will pay attention to this concept, new world order, where justice, equality, and other things may dominate?
Well, certainly it does not suit the Western countries to have a new world order, because the current world order is an order developed by the victors of the World War II.
True.
And it gives advantage to them, and particularly to the United States of America, which is
in the UN Security Council, they have anything. If they do not like, they can just veto it. Exactly.
They can, the most inhuman practices and crimes against humanities
they can
have been just
impose sanction against any other country which doesn't obey their orders. True.
So just by one veto, all those things are thrown out of the council.
So then, in that backdrop, how important is this concept?
So it is. You see, a long drawn struggle, and that is why
But idea is good.
Idea is definitely good, and that is why we see all this containment of China and trying to create a fake South bloc and all that issue, because obviously the new South and Asia is going to emerge.
True. Economically,
militarily, security-wise, and China is the main lead in that.
Exactly.
And China has also maintained an inclusive policy. They are not, because they are not colonizing any country.
Exactly. They don't have such a approach or such a policy.
Actually, historically, they have never had such an approach. You cannot name a single country which China has colonized. Although they were, not a weak country any time in the history, because they were always good craftsmen, the skills, and the Opium War.
Exactly.
Just because Europe could not pay, they were buying so many things from China, and they did not want to pay in gold and silver. They started forced Chinese to take payment instead in a form of opium. And that is how, when a lot of drug addiction spread in China, then Chinese government of the time refused to take payment in form of opium. And that too was basically forced on them because
to
accept them, because after a war as a condition, because China was on the losing side, and they, as a conditionality of that war,
no other option except to accept this. So quickly, two things, since we are close to the program. So as you talked about currency and economy and trade, a quick response and comment to the Russian president's proposal that trade could be promoted within local currencies. So although that call was made also from the platform of BRICS, but then quickly, the US president then issued a statement, hello, warning all those countries who will do trade in local currency, they will face American sanctions. So although China and Iran are doing, to some extent, Pakistan has also that thing that Pakistani currency could be accepted. Chinese currency is easily accepted in Pakistan. In the longer way, how important is this idea? 10 member states and huge potential. Local currency business could be done?
Yes, first of all, I'd like to clarify one thing.
Please.
There are basically two concepts going on simultaneously. One is to have an alternate global currency, and BRICS announced that they will make a
alternate global currency.
Yeah, they will make a BRICS currency.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, and at the same time, simultaneously, BRICS is also working on member states' currencies exchange. So,
like euro.
Not euro, but to do trade in each other's currencies.
Barter system.
Not barter, but for example, you can buy from China in rupees, and they will buy from in yuan, and then you can make a settlement to the extent
both currencies are acceptable.
Yeah,
true,
but not across the board, but. Like China introduced this system bilaterally more than 10 years back.
True.
And what was and basically they signed agreement of a certain limit of in yuan with different countries on the basis of their assessment of how much the trade is there in the past. So, like, let's say, hypothetically, I say that they set up a benchmark of 15 billion or 20 billion yuan for a certain country. So, in that 15 billion yuan, you can give your local currency, and China will give you back in yuan. When they buy, they give you yuan. When you buy, you buy. But the limit is to that extent. So it's not a blanket buying because
it has been limited.
yeah, it has been limited to a certain amount. So that there is not excessive. They don't want to collect too much of a currency which then they cannot use to buy anything because. More if you buy more than that limit, then you have to buy. You have to pay through an internationally acceptable currency or yuan. Either you pay them in yuan or in dollars or in euro or in any other. Even in this current Chinese presidency, a lot of work has been done, and it will come to force maybe sooner than later.
So, Pakistani Prime Minister Mr. Shahbaz Sharif, who was representing Pakistan, he called for dialogue to resolve conflicts. There are so many conflicts which we have already, but in our region, there is a core issue of Jammu and Kashmir. So, do you think in the days to come, in the years to come, after this Mark-e-Haq ceasefire was mediated by United States of America. Initially, India asked for that. Later on, India backtracked. So what do you think? How far is this possibility of dialogue between India and Pakistan on Jammu and Kashmir conflict?
You mean under the auspices of SCO?
No, generally we are talking even under the auspices of SCO. China can play any role because in last 2-3 years, China has brought many angry countries on negotiation table, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and it has taken a number of other initiatives for promoting peace. So since China is the key country, enjoys close ties, and quite recently in month of August, Chinese foreign minister was on a visit to India, then Afghanistan, then to Pakistan. They are aware about this, that it is a flashpoint, this Jammu and Kashmir dispute. So is this a possible resolution is possible through dialogue or through any mediation, since China is important, Russia is important, although India is not listening to United States, neither to the UN now. Yeah. So only option is left, China or Russia.
Yes, actually, you've already very rightly said that India has been very intransigent on this issue. And they have been adopting a very contradictory approach on this. Like, first of all, the first and foremost thing is that they do not want a resolution of this issue. And they think that the only resolution that could be is that, the Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan should be given back to them.
True.
Given to them. So,
and that is not possible.
That is not possible. And also it is not legally tenable, because there are UN Security Council resolutions on Kashmir and calling for a plebiscite to allow the people of Jammu and Kashmir to exercise their right to self-determination.
Right, exactly.
And the people are, not cattle or not a piece of land that you can exchange like that. So, basically, when the other countries offer them for mediation, they said, don't worry. This is our bilateral issue. We will decide it between us. We've had dialogues on this, so you need not worry. We'll decide ourselves.
But there is no dialogue.
But first of all, there is at this point of time, since 2013, there has been no dialogue. Secondly, when there is a dialogue, and we say, okay, let's talk about Kashmir. They said, what to talk about Kashmir? It is our internal issue. Why should we talk our internal issue with you? And the only thing that is to be talked about about Kashmir is the return of Azad Jammu and Kashmir and Gilgit to India. So this is a very untenable, unacceptable
demands.
Behavior, and that is why they have now earned the wrath of President Trump. Because he had, even in his first presidency, offered to mediate. And actually, he had given the understanding to our Prime Minister that he had talked with the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi,
exactly.
And he has asked him to see if he can find some solution to this issue. So that is why
that statement made headlines at that time.
That's it. But then they blatantly refused and denied that. And similarly, in this time when first they asked United States to help organize a ceasefire with Pakistan, and when United States mediated and the ceasefire was agreed, and the main indication of that was that the ceasefire announcement was made by President Trump himself
through his tweet. Exactly,
through his tweet. No, it was not announced by Pakistan, not announced by India, or there wasn't even a joint statement between by the two sides. So if that gives credibility to President Trump's statement that he had mediated it, and that's why he tweeted it first of all.
So in this all background, from SCO platform to the bilateral track, India's attitude and is within SCO is also non-serious. It's only because Pakistan is there, let's make entry. Is it so? And its attitude towards peace, counter-terrorism. How a country can talk about counter-terrorism whose on record is promoting terrorism? India.
Yes, of course, and I'm glad that for the first time, the SCO joint statement, its communique, has also mentioned and condemned the terrorism act against the Jafar Express as well as the Khuzdar terrorist incidents in May. So both these incidences have been condemned.
And this indicates what?
And moreover, the communique further states that SCO would condemn militarization and of terrorism as well as the use of terrorists as mercenaries. So I believe this is, a kind of indication.
It goes in favor of Pakistan.
Yeah, it is a kind of indication or a reference, I would say. It is a kind of reference towards the Indian activities in the region. Because
this is what Pakistan's narrative. Pakistan has been all talking about these things.
Because they have been supporting TTP in Pakistan. They have been supporting ISKP in Pakistan, and they have been supporting BLA and Majid Brigade in Pakistan.
True.
And even the world is now increasingly seeing India's acts. And even the United States have now proscribed
Majid Brigade and BLA as a terrorist organization.
Brigade as terrorist organizations.
True.
So this and more so that India has also been claiming of having carried out terrorist executions. Using terrorists and paid assassins. 21 assassinations they have claimed inside Pakistan. And they are also in trouble for assassinating
Sick leader in Canada,
yeah,
then failed attempt for Mr.
Panu.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's a case going on in United States of America in New York, and also there's another case that is under trial in Canada. So the world has realized that India has basically weaponized terrorism and is using terrorism as a bogey to basically, while they are conducting acts of terrorism themselves, they are blaming Pakistan and other countries for that.
Thank you so much indeed, Ambassador Retired Mr. Babar Amin, for comprehensively highlighting different things, issues within Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And precisely, it was very interesting to know that how India made entry into Shanghai Cooperation Organization only just to block Pakistan's possible entry, that Pakistan is also seeking membership. Let's go and block. But Alhamdulillah, since joining, Pakistan role within Shanghai Cooperation Organization have been very progressive, very forthcoming, very positive, and that is in line with the spirit of the organization. Another important take that Shanghai Cooperation Organization has a brighter future, and in the days to come it will further grow, and Pakistan will continue to benefit within the SCO framework in different domains. Thank you once again. Despite your busy schedule, you spared time and participated in our program. And dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.